Okay, everybody, I'm so excited. So first of all, I'll just start with saying welcome to Tuesday training. Glad you guys are plugging into the schedule that we have. And tonight is our Tuesday training night. And I am so thoroughly excited for our special guest tonight. Jess is a complete rock star. If you've ever seen her build her business, she wins awards all the time for all the stuff she does. She's one of our top directors in Canada. She literally just explodes her business all the time. Her passion is insane, infectious, and she literally is like the epitome of like a rock star market partner. Like her commitment and her passion, her dedication, the things she does, how she loves her team, and she just helps them and pushes. And I just can't say enough amazing things about Jess. So
You're so sweet. Stop it. You're going to make me blush.
well, you know, I love you so much and I admire what you do. Honestly, you inspire me all the time. You do so much great things and you're just always out there and going and growing. And I love to see you go. And I just so blessed that you're a part of our team. And thank you for coming on to share with the team tonight.
Thank you for asking me. I'm super excited. I feel like this is like, I always keep my trainings to the most simple trainings ever because I just don't, I want people to get it. And this is really not a complicated thing, but I feel like it's going to help you guys a lot.
Yeah, because like I would like to, well, you already kind of like we discussed a little bit about like what you do, and that's why I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to share this, you know, like it really is, you know, when you get it, you get it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so awesome. So I'm really excited for you to share what you do, you know, in your business. And I hope that people, you know, kind of implement the stuff that you're going to share tonight because it really will. It will help. There's no way it can't, you know, like listening to what you have to say tonight. So I'm going to mute myself. And when Jess is ready, I'm going to let her have the floor. She's going to take it away. And we didn't plan on it, but I'm not sure if she's going to take Q&A. That's up to her, or if she's just going to do the training and then leave it at that. But the whole thing will be recorded and it will be put up on the Team Dynamite YouTube channel for replay at any time. So take it away, Jess.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, thank you guys for showing up. Like literally this is the number one part of like growing in your business is you should always show up especially when it's things that you know you need help with. Like you should always be there because that's literally the only way you're going to get better is like, you know, learning. So I'm just going to flip over. I want to see who's everybody there. I like to know who I'm talking to. So I'm just checking you guys out. I feel like this is a big part of my business is I love to connect with people in general, like whether it's like my team or my customers, like everybody in general. And I feel like if I'm here to motivate, like I love seeing you guys because that's literally what motivates me back. So in general in your business, this is a people's business, so you should really always make sure you connect with everybody all the time. And whether it's like people you meet for the first time, your customers that are already trusting you, even people that might have given you a hard time before. We all have those customers who ask a lot of questions and sometimes we almost feel like you want to give up on them because you're like, they're just causing me more stress and like, you know, like the PV is not really worth it, but it is at the end of the day, because if you literally gain their trust like forever, then you're changing their life too. Even if it's just a VIP using good products, if you really believe in your products, you're changing their lives, and that's the most important part. So you should always be there for people, always be genuine, like have a good heart all over. And literally that's the foundation of your business, is to always be open to meeting new people and being good to people. So I don't know, some of you might know me well, some of you might not, but a lot of people who I've been talking to lately, their reaction when they like, well, not everybody, but some people, their reaction to me, let's say when I get top or number one for so many VIPs enrolled or MPs enrolled, like their first instinct is to go check out and see how many followers I have, or if I have a lot of people, you know, like, you know, if I have a lot of friends, or if I'm like the popular chick or whatever. And like, it doesn't, I don't know why, but it means nothing. And literally for all of you that don't know me, I started this business with no Instagram and maybe 500 friends on Facebook. So it is not where I built my business. And the people you see following me on Instagram now, or most of them are people that are already into money. So don't ever feel defeated when it comes to, you know, just followers or that type of stuff, because literally it doesn't even matter. What really matters is the way you do your work at the end of the day. So there are people who might have tons of followers and have way more people coming to them. But if they don't actually know how to close the deal, then it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because your business comes with the close, like when you close your deal. So usually after a few follow-ups. If we know our business, we know nothing happens usually right away. Sometimes it does, but most of the time it doesn't. So I feel like that is really important, is not so much how much of a big flow of people you have coming in, but how big your turnover is. Like how many of these people are you able to actually close at the end of the day? So I want to give you a few tips on how to close a sale or a market partner, for that matter. And then also give you a few tips for follow-ups, because I feel like a lot of people are afraid to follow up. A lot of people are already afraid to bother in the first place. They're like not wanting to talk about it too much, or to even post about it because they're scared to bother. If you're right away scared to just talk about it, then you're not gonna succeed. Because if you're scared right away just by talking about it, then how are you gonna actually keep following up until you have the deal, you know? And like, I feel like it all starts with you. It all starts with you and your belief in the first place. Like if you 100% believe that you have something so special that it can help people and that it can change their life, that is the minute where you're not going to care to follow up 15, 30 times if you need to, because you know in your heart that you're doing them a favor. So you really it has to start from you, but it can never be about you. It always has to be about them. So it always has to be, you always basically have to do it for them, like to help them. So the first couple of things that you need to make sure you do really well in the first place to make sure you close the deal is you have to know exactly how to talk about your product and how to recommend it. A lot of people get so excited, they get the message, and I mean, I'm guilty of that. I've done that in the beginning as well. And we get so excited that we just kind of throw everything all at once. It's like, you should use this, and this. And then it's like, okay, whoa, all I see is a bunch of names of products and I have no idea what they are or why I should be using them. So make it easy for them and literally yourself ask your questions and then recommend the best products for them, and make sure you in details explain to them why you should recommend each product. So if you sound like you know your shit, like if you really sound like you know what you're talking about, they're going to believe you and they're going to want whatever you're saying, as long as it's doing what you're telling them it's going to do. So be honest and literally tell them as best as you can exactly why they should use each product. So let's say, I don't know, Revive shampoo. Like, why are you recommending Revive shampoo? Like, you're not going to just tell them, yeah, you should use Revive Intense Repair Conditioner and thickening spray. And then it's like, okay, sounds good, but like, why? You know, so make sure you always in details tell them each product that they're going to be using and why you recommend those products. That's the first thing that I do with my people to gain that trust right away, because the more you explain, the more they feel like good about it. And then once you gave them the recommendation, give them more than one option. Always give them more than one option, because some people might, I don't know, the budget might be, and they don't want to tell you out loud, that's too much money or whatever. So make sure you give them an option with the best, most results they can get right away. So this is literally what I'll say to them. I'll be like, okay, so here's the option that I really would love for you to start with, because I feel like right away that's going to give you the best results the fastest. So I'll give them, you know, the more expensive option. So I'll say option number one would be to do, let's say shampoo, conditioner, and a mask. And of course, usually that's a little bit more expensive than just going with a system, right? So, but still, if I feel like that's the right thing to recommend, I'll go with that first, and I'll I'll tell them, okay, so here you go. I'm going to give you the best number one option, my favorite. And then I'll give you a more budget friendly option if you want to start with something a little less expensive to start with, something that's going to give you awesome results, but maybe just not working on more than one thing at once. So you go ahead and you give them that second option. Usually I'll go in with a system. I know now we're not going to have the system, but you can find cheaper options even with the mix and match now. But I would literally go with, okay, if not, there's this option that's a little bit less that will give you good results. That's also good. And then you tell me what you feel is best for you. And I'm going to tell you this, when people feel like they have the last word, like when they are making that decision for themselves, they already feel better about it. So by giving them two options, you're already making them feel like they're deciding what they want to do with their money and what they feel like is best for them. So you're already gaining even more trust doing that. So then I go ahead, explain all that. Voice message, never a text, you guys, never write anything down. People want to hear your voice. You're a person, you're not a computer. They're not shopping online, figuring everything out on their own. You're there to assist them. You're doing that for them. So take your phone, get your voice going and be excited. If you're excited, you're talking about it, like, you're gonna love this, blah, blah, blah. They're gonna be like, man, I need that shit right now. Like, I don't care, right? So you're gonna give them those options, and then you say, okay, so if you understand both options really well, if that's really clear to you, let me know, and then I'm going to go ahead with the prices. You're already asking them to reply to you by saying, once you understand, let me know. So you're asking for that answer, right? So they feel like they have to give you an answer, because sometimes you'll tell everything and then people just F off. And you're like, wait, I didn't even finish. I didn't even tell you the prices or anything yet, right? So once you ask them for that like answer back, they usually do, and they're like, yep, sounds great. That's perfect. Tell me the prices. Then you can write this down. The prices is way easier when people can see the numbers. So you'll go in and you'll give them always give them the regular price and then VIP price, so they can see the difference in discount they're getting. Because if you just go right ahead and give them the VIP price, they don't know what they're saving. They're like, oh, that seems like a lot of money. But when you're showing them regular price versus the actual VIP price, they're like, whoa, VIP sounds way better. And so this is how I would explain to them. I'd be like, okay, so you can purchase everything regular price. I'm sorry, I'm seeing the comments and I'm reading as I go. Okay, so yeah, you'll give them literally, okay, so regular price, you get the shampoo, and I literally write shampoo price, conditioner price, treatment price, add it up, plus tax, plus shipping. And they're like, oh, okay, that's quite a bit of money. So then you can say after that, but we do have a VIP option that is that is more beneficial for you, because you get a good discount, you get free shipping, you get a gift, blah, blah, blah. But basically is I'll go in, same thing, shampoo, what the VIP price is, conditioner, the VIP price is, and then treatment. And then usually when you do a mix and match, in the first option, you should always do a mix and match. Well, they get another 15%. So you write that, you show them, and because you chose those products, you're getting an extra 15%. So that's like saving tax. You're basically not paying tax right now. So that's even more of a savings, and you have the exact products that I feel like would work out for you. So they see that, and then you write in, there's no shipping on top of that, and you'll get an extra product. So you have more products for a lesser price. And right there, they're like, wow, okay. So I literally do that for both options. So I'll go in. So that's option one, regular VIP. Option two, regular and VIP. And then they see it. It's so clear. And it's like, well, VIP sounds way better. So then once they're like, VIP sounds better, you go in and explain the $25 fee. After they've already told you it sounds better, they can see the big discount, right? They see VIP is way more beneficial. They're waiting for the cash. So you tell them right away, you're like, okay, if you like the VIP option, there is a fee that you'll pay once, just once. You pay $25. Think about your Costco membership. It's more than that, and you have to pay that every year, right? And sometimes when they come back at me and they're like talking about that, like the $25 free, that's what I bring up. I'm just like, that's actually a normal thing. Most, like even iTunes on your phone, you know, like you always pay a subscription. So $25 one time, and then exactly the VIP referral, always, that is a huge thing. But yeah, so the 25 you explain one time, and still, even after paying $25, they're still paying less. It's still cheaper. So it's definitely worth it. And then they get the benefits forever. Like, you know, why not, right? And then you explain the flagship. And I'm not going to go in super big details about the flagship because I feel like I've done a training before on that. But literally, flagship, it's not scary, you guys. Like, if you're not pitching the VIP program because you're scared of flagship, you need to talk to me and I'll explain to you exactly how to say it. But literally, flagship is not scary. You tell them that for them to have results, they need to order more anyways. First order will be their regular products. Second order, the oil, of course. Now we have skincare. So that's even more easy, because you're like, well, you're going to want to, if you love the hair care, you're going to want to use skincare. So you already have 2 orders covered. But usually, let's say we don't talk about skincare yet, I would say first products is what you need right now. You need to be using this for your first results. Then oil, because everybody needs the oil. It's that simple. You're going to want to try it. And then I already tell them that they should order that within the next month. So they know next paycheck, they're probably going to be ordering that oil. Then we'll reevaluate where your hair is, because you'll probably be needing new shampoo, conditioner, and then we'll see where your progress is. If you still love the way it's feeling and you love what you're using, let's do that again. If you want to try something different because your hair's better, let's do that. And then right there, they know. They're like, oh, so I'm going to for sure make 2 more orders. So they don't care if you tell them they have a flagship. They're willing to spend that money on more products anyways. So it's not scary, right? So this is where it comes down to if you're going to close the deal. So if they're like, okay, let's say option 1 sounds great, because it sounds like that's exactly what I need, but I can't afford it right now, but maybe at my next paycheck or whatever. All right, that's perfect. That's good. You know what I do? Write their name down on a list, write down exactly what products they you told them they should use, and then you just keep that. That list is with you everywhere you go. And if you're not updating that list constantly, then you need to be doing that. That list needs to just always be bigger and bigger. Even as you close people, you need to add more all the time. So for follow-ups, and I'm going to blow your mind with this, follow-ups is really not complicated, and you really don't have to write those crazy weird messages that people will write. Hey, just wondering if you still wanted to use our products. We're still thinking about it. Guys, the only follow-ups you have to do with people is follow up on their life. Follow up with them. How you doing? How's your little boy doing? That's it. On like how they are doing. Follow up until there's a sale or whatever, that where you can actually pitch the products. But don't go at them with the products all the time. You'll just piss them off. Follow up with their life. How have you been doing? How's everything? You know, like, I've seen you've been doing this lately. That's awesome. Get that relationship with them and be friends with them. Love on them. And literally, that's the only follow-up you'll ever have to do, because most of the time, while you're following up with their life, they'll be like, oh, and I meant to message you about the products. They probably didn't even want to message you, but because you just did, they feel like, oh, like, she's really nice, and I should have gotten back to her about the products because we were talking about that, and then I didn't, and now I feel like the idiot because she's actually really nice. So, you know, so literally just follow up with them as a friend, how they're doing, and most of the time, literally 90% of the time, they will follow up with you when it comes down to the products, because they feel like they can trust you now and they like you. You're their friend. You're not just selling them products, you're their friend. And literally, that has changed my entire business, you guys, and I'll tell you why. This is when the referral comes in. Because when you're a friend to somebody and you love on them and you're good to them and you literally make them feel good about everything, they will bring people to you. So it doesn't even matter if you have a small following. It don't matter even if you have 3 friends on Instagram, because if those 3 friends really like you and they really trust you and then they use your products and love that, they'll bring you every single one of their friends. So you're just growing your circle as you're going anyway. So literally, my number one tip to you is just be good, be a friend to people, and love on them, and make sure you care. When you realize that what you have is so special, because if you don't actually believe that, if you actually don't believe 100% that what you have is going to change their lives, then how are you ever expecting to change anyone's life, even yours, like including yours? You have to really feel that. And when you actually genuinely feel that, you're never gonna feel bad about following with people, because you feel like you're offering them something they would be lucky to be a part of, whether it's just using the products or being market partner, doesn't matter. Like even using the products, it changes people's lives every day. So you have to really see it like that. So literally, be a friend, be good to people, don't be lazy, talk to people. If you're lazy and you're literally not willing to talk to people every day, then I'm sorry, you're not growing, and you're not going to grow, because this is a people's business. And that's literally what we want to have, is we want people to like us, and to really, and once they like you, they'll buy anything from you, because they feel like your opinion is real. You know, your opinion means something. So I feel like I can take some questions now if there are people who have questions for me, or whatever. Amy, what do you think? Yeah? Okay.
Just unmuting myself. Yeah, if anyone wants to ask her some questions, you got her right here.
Okay, wait. Those comments make me laugh. Do I read the comments if they have questions?
Yeah, you can read
Okay,
them.
when do you bring up the MP options? Okay, so the MP option, usually I don't really bring it up, because usually they bring it up to me because we're such good friends. And literally, for me, it is more important to get those VIPs in the first place. And literally, again, that is, I feel like my percentage of VIPs becoming market partners is really high, because I feel like most of the people that are my VIPs, I have a relationship with them already. And because I'm friends with them, they actually eventually are interested in working with me, and we're already friends and they want to go to the next level. I mean, some people for sure, we'll talk about the market partner option right away, but I really honestly don't. Like, I don't push it that way. I want them to really love what we have to offer, and I want them to truly believe in it too. So if being a VIP is the best option for them to start with, that's fine, because then when they become, it's better to have a market partner that's ready and that believes already, than to have somebody who really doesn't, that you pretty much pushed into it. They're not going to do anything. So you're just gaining a bonus for them signing up, but then that's it, right? So I feel like it's more important to go with the VIP, unless they come right away with the market partner. But like, I don't bring it up until I feel like you feel it, like feel people, like you feel it when they're ready to hear about it or not, right? Like you have that, if you have that relationship with people, it comes easy. You just feel like it's the right time. If you don't feel that way, it's because it's not the right time yet. Okay, next question.
Catherine has a question here. If you scroll up,
Yeah.
it says, I think that's Norma Jean that wrote that. Everyone on this call is going to wear a scarf, bow on, tie their head tomorrow. But Catherine says, do you have light verbiage suggestions for when someone doesn't re-enroll and you find they've not followed up well with their customers that roll up to you?
Okay, wait, reread that for a second.
Okay, do you have light verbiage suggestions? What's that? So did we have a delay? So okay,
yeah,
do you have like verbiage suggestions for when someone does not re-enroll?
Okay.
And then you find they've not followed up well with their customers that have rolled up to you.
So basically, like how I would talk to somebody that wasn't my customer, but now they're my customer. Okay. I don't have a specific way to talk to them. I just kind of go with what the situation is at the time. But I definitely, anybody who I see, because I'm like a huge on Flagship Report, that's literally my number one tool, is so I see if there's a name that I don't know and whatever, like I'll message them and just be like, hey, I see you're a VIP customer, you were so and so, whatever. as VIP, and I think this person is no longer working the business. Is there any way I can assist you? This is what I do full time. I'm literally here for you. If you have any questions, if I can help you with anything, were you happy with what you were using before? And just ask them that question, because if they weren't happy with what they were using, well, you can fix that. Like, you can fix that by just maybe figuring out what they should be using. And if they were loving it, well, then perfect. You just gain a customer. So just keep in touch with them, and that's it. But just ask them if you can assist them. That's it.
I agree with that. So another question would be, do you have a DMO list you do daily? What's your day-to-day look like?
You probably don't want to see my day. I don't believe in balance. I don't believe that such thing as balance exists, because our life is just everybody's life is different. And if you always try to look for that perfect balance, you're going to just be disappointed, because it just doesn't exist. Because if you're a hustler and you want this, you're going to be willing to change your routine, change your daily task every day to get what you want. So literally my day is never the same. It depends. I go with the flow. Whatever I need to do that day, that's what my day is going to be. So literally the only thing that I for sure 100% do every single day is I am friends with people. I talk to people every day, whether it's my customers. Like, if I do my flagship reports and I have follow-ups to do, I'll be talking to those people. If I have, if I feel like I'm getting low on people to, like, sometimes it gets quiet. You're like, I feel like I haven't had like a flow of people coming in. Go out there and be social, talk to people, ask people how they're doing, blah, blah, blah. Like, this is the number one thing I do every day, is definitely be friends with people. And that's my biggest work. And then the rest just is kind of all over the place, but yeah.
I love it. You sound like me too.
Yeah.
I don't really have a DMO. I'm the kind of with you where it's like, you see what needs to be done that day, you do it, and then if you don't get the other things done, you kind of do those things the next day. You just prioritize your day, right? And
exactly. I feel like when you have your own business, it's never the same anyways. And I feel like that's the best part of what we do, is like, it's never the same. So I don't want to lose that. Like, I like how it's different, and it's okay. And like, your day should not be scheduled the same, because you're just going to get bored of that. So just do what needs to be done. If you need VIPs, go get those VIPs. If you need market partners, go get those market partners, and be friends. Just be friends with people.
Exactly. So Tina says, do you share videos? Which one is your favorite?
To VIPs or market partners, like, for, let's say, talking about, okay, so I don't share. This is really bad, and maybe it's not the way but I'm gonna really be honest with you guys. I don't share any of the material that they gave us for videos, because I really feel like it's not me. I feel like they're great, they're well put together. It just really doesn't feel like who I am as a person. So if I'm working really hard to make a connection with somebody, why would I send them a video of some random person talking about her life with Monat? You know what I mean? Like, there's no connection there. So the one thing that I really, I do have videos that explain what Monat is, that I did myself. That is just literally me talking about my story and why the company is great, blah, blah, blah. That is my personal video, and that's all I share is my own stuff. And I mean, of course, if there's like videos here and there that I like, that whatever, I'll share them, but not typically to one specific person, because I feel like that's just cold. Like, it's not specific to that person. I don't know, but that's just me. Like, some people feel more comfortable doing that, and that's okay too. That's just not my way of working, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Good, that's fair. What is a non-sales like way to invite people to events to learn about the product? Wouldn't it be like a lie if you follow up after the event to see if they're interested?
I feel like that's just a normal thing, though, to follow up with them once they, like, I feel like you shouldn't feel bad for doing that. That's normal. They know they're like, I mean, they know they're going there because you want them to get involved, and that's okay. I mean, never be ashamed of what you're doing, right? Never be ashamed. Like, own what you're doing. If you feel like somebody needs to hear about this, and the fun part of it would be to go to an event. Don't feel bad for doing that. Like, you're just offering them something you really believe in. So that's not a bad thing at all. And then when you're following up with them, well, yeah, you brought them to an event. You want to know what they thought, how they feel about it. And that's just you being, genuine and literally wanting to know how they feel about the whole thing. So don't feel bad about that. Like, you're doing this because you believe in it. So own that and never feel ashamed.
1,000%, like, you love your products and you love your opportunities. So if you're, wanting to share that with them, I cannot possibly think that that would be scammy in any way. Like, if you're honest, like, the expectation is, hey, just feel free to come to the event and learn about what we do. Like, I don't think there's anything salesy about that at all. It's the
No, absolutely. I feel like you should see it the other way, where you should see it as like, it's a privilege for them you get to choose who you want to work with. It's your business, it's your time, and you're going to want to spend your time with the people who really deserve your time. So if you should see it as like, you know what, I have this great thing going on, it's working for me, so you should join me. And if they don't want to, well, then, I mean, too bad for them, right? Like, as long as you see the vision, they don't need to see it.
I love that mentality. See if there's any more. I see some comments, just seeing any more questions down there. Okay, so this is a long one. Do you want me to read it to you?
Is it the one about the product or no?
Sarah Manning?
Oh, no. Okay, no, I'm down. Okay, yeah, I can. Read it. You go ahead.
Okay, it's long, so I didn't know if you want me to read it to you. You can hear it. Okay, so since I signed up in April, I worked really hard in the beginning and reached out to many people on Instagram, sent out some samples and sent some out locally. Since going back to work after mat leave, I'm not back into a good place to focus on my business again. Where is a good place to start? Should I follow up with people who I've given samples to, who have ignored me reaching out, or should I focus on finding new people to reach out to?
Definitely always focus on finding new. You can never find enough new people. So always focus on new people, but never give up on the ones who you've already worked on, because it's like, you're not going to do all of that work to not close that deal. So really, to me, unless they legit tell you, don't ever talk to me again, you're annoying, bye, then you should follow up with them until the end of time. So never give up on them, but also don't prioritize them. Like, go with, if you only have a certain amount of time to spend on your day, like, go and find, the people that you feel like want this. And then when you have time left, then go back to the ones who you should follow up with until, it's done. But don't waste your time either. Like, just like prioritize your time, but don't give up on them. Just kind of go with how you feel, but never ever stop reaching out to new people and building new relationships with people, because that is literally the only way your business is going to grow, for sure.
Tina says, as a hairstylist, what was the product that made you decide to jump into business? I'm dropping off a Boro bag to a salon this week.
Well, I started 2.5 years ago, and there wasn't that many options. So the one system I started with was the hydration system for me. And that's not even something I would recommend now, and it worked for me. So I feel like all of our products are great, but if I was gonna go give products to somebody, I would go with something that's like universal and that would work for everybody. Like, things that everybody would like maybe like a blowout cream, a leave-in conditioner, dry shampoo, a shampoo that's kind of more for everybody. Like, I don't know if you know the person. If you know the person you're dropping, like, kind of what their hair is like, so go with that. But if not, like, go with things that anybody can use, because if you're giving them something that's totally the opposite, then they're not gonna like it. So I feel like something that's more general is better in that case. Like Rejuva beads is a great one. Everybody loves Rejuva beads, and everybody can use that right away. Dry shampoo.
I don't see any more in the comment. If you see any more, if anyone has any more comments, if you can press the blue hand, I can see the hand being raised on the the sidebar here. If anyone has any other questions, we can see if your hand's raised. If not, I want to thank, oh, someone raised their hand. So I'll let Melissa ask her, I'll unmute her if she wants to ask you her question. Here we go.
Sure.
Hi, yeah, sorry, I'm just, I was thinking I've been ghosted by one of my VIPs. I feel like she wants to still be involved, but she's not answering me, and I keep trying and trying and trying. Because I have had similar things happen to VIPs before, where they've not ghosted me, but they've kind of dropped off, and then they quit. They didn't want to continue as VIPs. So, do you do anything specific if someone's ghosting you, or like how to?
So like, you mean if they're already a VIP, or if it's people? So if they're already a client. So honestly, in that case, I would just be human. I would really be human and be like, okay, I'm feeling like maybe I let you down somehow. And really, as a person, I'm not feeling good about this. So if we put the company and the products aside, can we have a chat just to see where this all went wrong? Just I want to hear from you. Could you give me a call possibly? If they don't answer after you literally kind of opened up your heart to them, then you just give up and let them go. Like, clearly they don't get it. But like, if you're willing to be nice and just ask them, like, I just want to hear from you. Like, I'm not liking how this left off, and I'm just kind of, as a person, I don't like feeling that way, and I don't want you to feel a certain way that is not good either. So can we just talk about it? And then you'll see, and then go from there. But the best thing you can do is just be nice and be good to people no matter what. And literally, the more you give in this business, the more you'll gain back. And that's for everybody, like, that's for everybody, whether it's your team, your VIPs, and people that are not even VIPs or market partners yet, but like, give them the most of you and then see where that goes. But just be a good person.
I feel like I don't want to give up on them, because I feel like they have a lot of really good contacts that I could tap into. Like, they'd be great for referrals. So I just keep trying and trying and trying. I am being myself, but I will reach out even more in different ways, and keep going.
Yeah, always.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a question here in the question box. It says, do you have a group for your VIPs? What sort of things do you do in that? And that was Laura Mesher asked for that.
Yeah, I do have a VIP group. So every one of my VIP is in there, and I don't do much really. Like, I'm not always kind of like every week giving, because it's great to give, but you also have a business, and you don't want to hurt. I mean, you don't want it to cost you more than it's making you money. You know what I mean? So like, I don't give too much all the time, because the point of it is it's my business. But I definitely do giveaways. At least once a month, I do something. But mostly it's like, I talk to them a lot. It's more than just, I just talk to them. Like, I'll post about anything in general, like outfit ideas that people maybe could comment on, or like hairstyles, or like things like that. That's not necessarily about Monade or about the products or anything like that. I literally just talk to them as friends, and we have kind of like a little VIP community. And then that's also where I post, like, when there's a sale or I go live or whatever. But I literally do the same with my VIPs as I do with everything else. I just built a little community with them, and I make them feel like they're part of something, and that's it. And then I just literally talk to them about life, and sometimes I'll post about my kids doing something funny or whatever, and they feel like they know me, and then we keep that connection, and then it's easier. Months coming, your PVs are easier too, because people keep buying, right? So it's just a win-win. So I love groups. I have tons of groups, maybe too many, but I love them. I feel like there's always more of a little group of community people in there than just, anything else.
Is your VIP group only VIP customers, or is it potentials too?
No. So I have a group that has potentials as well, where it's kind of like more where I go get VIPs, like, and I don't even use that group that much, because I kind of like to keep it on my personal page, because I feel like my personal page is who I am. So people connect with me better that way. But I still do post in the group as well, but I have a separate VIP group that's literally, you sign up as a VIP, you're in that group, you have access to all that and like tutorials from me and all that kind of stuff. It's part of what I offer for VIPs, but like only if you are a VIP.
Very good. Very good. I think that was all. You're getting rave reviews. Lots of rave reviews. Everyone's loving you.
Awesome. I hope that was that gave people some value, because sometimes you're so involved into what you're doing that it's like hard to describe what you do to other people, because you're so into your own work that you're like, how do I describe what I do to everybody else?
Oh yeah, exactly. I feel like I saw something just popped up on my phone or my computer, and I don't want to. There we go. Okay, no, that was the question. Oh, do you have a personal profile, a Monat page, and your VIP group?
I have my VIP group. I used to have a Monat page when I first started. I've never used it, honestly, just because I don't know. It's not that it's a bad thing to have one. It's just it was too much for me. I prefer just working on my own page, my personal page, and just mix everything with my own life so that people feel like they know me, and then my business is part of my life, not the other way around. Like, my business is part of who I am, but I'm not just my business. So yeah.
Yeah, she's not sure if she needs to create, like, does she need to create a page to share from, or can
I
she
wouldn't
share
start
from
there. Like, I would start just being more social on what you have already, whether it's your Instagram or your Facebook. Like, be more social and get to know people more, and then eventually maybe create a page if you feel like it's easier maybe to like talk about the products on there or whatever. But for now, I feel like you should focus on your personal page, because to me, we're trying to sell ourselves before we sell our products. Like, people should want to be part of what we're doing. We shouldn't be trying to sell them things. So I don't know. To me, pages it never appealed to me. I feel like right away people are kind of like, I don't like that page. I don't want to be on the page. I don't know.
You know what, too? I just want to offer a little bit of insight on that as well. I feel like pages are like pay to play now.
Yeah.
Like, they really want you to buy ads. And even when you buy ads, with my experience and other people's experiences that I've heard about, the quality of leads you get when you pay to play is so horrible. Like, people don't get good leads. You're paying for like nothing. No one's interacting. No one buys. Like, it's just, it's a pay to play place.
Yeah, totally.
And I feel like what you said, how you said, you like to be personal, and you can be very personal on your wall. On a page, it feels a little bit like you said, I feel like it feels a little bit more cold. How you said you like to be more warm and friendly. Like, a page feels very advertisey, very salesy, and it's like it's like a store.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I'm going to leave it like that, Amy. If people have more questions that they feel like they really want to ask me, they're more than welcome to message me. But it's just because I have another Zoom starting soon, so I'm gonna get ready.
I know you gotta go. So we appreciate your time, Jess. Your training was amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we hope to see you again sometime with some more nuggets on another call one day.
For sure.
Share them all.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.